Alright guys, alright, there we go. We got the brightness turned up, and so we just finished recording the sunset, and I guess it's about 8 o'clock, I think so, not sure. I'm using the phone now to do this recording, so I can't really see the time on the phone right now. So, but nonetheless, I'm actually coming down the mountain. So the last time when I did it, I came down, I took about like 45 minutes to come down. So let's see how I'll fare just coming down the mountain. I guess there's not really much to see. It's just steps going down, right? It's just steps going down, and for some reason I'm not able to I'm not able to actually change the camera to face myself. For some reason it's saying that, you know, it needs to finish recording first. So alright, then it's just gonna be it's just gonna be a boring looking down on steps, right? What can I say? You know, we finished recording the sunset with time lapse, and we're gonna go back and process it, and hopefully it'll be good. This is the first time I'm using a GoPro to record the time lapse, so I'm not sure about the effects, how good it is. And also I backed it up by using the iPhone to also record the time lapse. But of course the iPhone was placed farther behind where I was recording the time lapse. It was a little bit forward, and the ground is actually pretty uneven for me to put the iPhone there. Plus, I wouldn't have been able to find a spot high enough for the iPhone to peep over the bushes that's in front of the cliff, right? And I was actually holding the GoPro with my arms for I don't know, at least an hour. I think could be. Let's go back and have a look. Let's go back. Yeah, I think it's definitely an hour. I actually was alternating between my right and left arm holding up the GoPro. I did not bring a tripod. Of course, next time if I'm going to do this, I'm going to bring a tripod. So again, you know, first time doing stuff, you don't really know what's going on, and then you just got to learn, right? You just got to learn. So on the left side here is the city. You can peep through the. Oh, there's somebody just came by. A student. Yeah, you can peep through the branches, the stems, and see that there's the city on the left side. There's nothing much on the right side. It's just vegetation. And we've got to keep I gotta keep my eyes on the steps in front of me. Six minutes in the recording. 6 minutes in. There we go. We can see beneath the branches there is the city. So how many of you guys actually did night hiking? The first time I actually did the night hiking by myself, I hit a dead end because I didn't know. It was in Hong Kong, and I was going up the Lion Rock, trying to get to the other side, which is Tai Wai. And because it's the first time I actually tried the route myself, I hit a bit of a questionable terrain. I saw like rocks and boulders in front of me, and I didn't really see a clear trail. And this is night, this is like this, just night, right? So I forgot if I actually had my headlights on, like a headlamp. I forgot actually. So anyway, I didn't proceed further because I'm not sure where that would lead. And back then I was actually using Google Maps as my compass. I just set the map as I was using the app of like a Runkeeper. So I was actually monitoring myself on GPS on the phone, and I can see on the map where I'm heading. So I thought I was in the correct general direction, but apparently it doesn't really look so correct to me. So I did a U-turn and head back, only to go back on the daytime again, and I realized, oh, all right, I got to get past this boulder and the trail is on the other side. So there you go. So it's important to have the knowledge of the trail. And of course, the other times I tried a night trail is during events. So I participated in the Lantau 50 kilometers trail race. That was a night condition because I used up about like 13 hours, I think 13 hours for 50 kilometers. So we started at about like 9 in the morning, and I finished just around 10. So around 7 p.m. it's already starting to be dark. So I was basically trekking in the night for about a good like 3 hours. And then of course I also did the Barclays Moon Tracker with a friend. So we were in a team of 2. So with that one, we actually also had our headlamps on, and we were following route markers. So yeah, when you're in a competition, it's okay not to know the route, but of course, again, it's always good to know the route. But just in case you don't know the route, then it's okay in a competition because there are route markers. But if you're like exploring somewhere yourself, then there's obviously no route markers. Then you got to make sure that you have your navigational equipment in check, whether it be it your GPS watch, your GPS map, your compass and all these things. So make sure that you always stay safe. And whenever you anticipate like going out on a hike by yourself, like myself now, make sure you bring enough water. Always bring enough or bring over enough water. Make sure you have fully charged batteries for lights. Bring a torch. This one I'm actually using a nice lighting LED lights for cameras, right? So as I'm hooking on the light to the gimbal and recording with the iPhone, then wherever I point onto the steps is where the LED would point and where the iPhone would record. So yeah, I mean, it's always fun to, well, it's not for everybody, right? Not everybody would be like me or you who have nothing else better to do and come up at night to do some trails, right? So, and this is not actually it's not exactly trails, because you can see it's all steps. So the trails I'm talking about is like this. If we're like moving down this kind of trails, right? So it's more exciting and it's more dangerous, right? Look at that. So these are the trails that it's more fun. But of course now, since we are trying to get back to the city and have my dinner, then let's not try to be too adventurous when the fact is that on this side there is a nicely paved stairway for me to travel on. I mean, when you're going off the beaten path, it's always a risk. Of course, the trail is there, right? For trail runners, hikers, the trail is there. But of course, once you are on the actual raw trail, then there's a chance of slipping or something else. So it's good. It's good to just stick to the stairs for now. So how many of you would enjoy something like this, like going out by yourself at night to explore the trails? Or if you are too afraid, maybe? Yeah. I think for me, there's also some essence of anxiety sometimes. Yeah, there's always that little sense of fear, and that sense of fear is what keeps us alive, right? I'm not sure where I heard that either the quote or the saying is that, it's fear that keeps us alive. If there's no fear, then we are not really living life or appreciating life if we're not fearful. So again, I'm doing this on the iPhone, directly using the iPhone's mic. There is no external mic attached to my gimbal. So whatever audio that you're getting, it should include the surrounding cricket sounds and of course my footsteps and my speaking to you. Unless of course during the playback we hear something else. Then that'll be creepy, isn't it? So this is the highest mountain, or should I say hill? I'm not sure if it's a mountain or hill. Like about 400 meters. This is halfway, and the other half is up to 900 meters. That is the Da Wudong. So we are currently not going that high up. So therefore, so this trail, I know exactly that this stairs I can actually go on this trail. So let's take this trail instead. So I've been here before, so I know that I can take this trail down. All right. So it's always good to have a bit of a raw trail. That's the whole idea of trail running, hiking. All those concrete stairs are never the stuff that trail runners and hikers like. So there we go. Get some stairs again, some steps, some stones. All right, we're almost at the end of this stretch. All right, so and we're back to stairs. Woo! It's quite actually perspiring. So I don't know, actually perspiring here. All right, so as I was saying, this is like the highest in Shenzhen. And of course, back in the day when I was hiking in Hong Kong, it's a much more, Hong Kong is a much better place for mountains and trail and hikes. You got your Macklehouse Trail, you got Sai Kung, you got Lantau Island, you got Hong Kong Island. It's just amazing. The amount of nature in Hong Kong, I'm not too sure. I mean, when I went to Hong Kong, I actually didn't know that there was all these trails and nature. Only when my friend from Singapore came and he told me about all these things, that's when I joined him. I think in 2010, 2010 he came over and we did a Lantau hike, about 7 kilometers. I think we hiked up to Lantau Peak. That was about 948 meters, I think. Meters, 940. Oh, I think it was 1,000. I think it was 1,000 something, just a little bit over 1,000. Let me check on that one. Let me fact check, right? So ever since then, I took up the trails, but of course I'm never good at it. I suck. I'm very slow going up. I'm not as fast going down, and I never meet the checkpoints on time, barely on time. So I only ever completed the Lantau 50 kilometers. That was quite an achievement because that came from the back of my Hong Kong marathon. So I was really conditioned to the marathon, right? I just completed 42 kilometers. So adding another 10 was not really a big ask. But again, it's totally different between a road marathon and a mountain race. So we got a few more hikers here. Hi, 你好，晚安好。你好。对，我在搞视频。对。So yeah, some people actually going up the mountain now. So as I was saying, yeah, and then I did another North Face 50 kilometers, but I never actually finished the 100 kilometers. So I tried 100 kilometers North Face, I didn't make it. I tried 100 kilometers Lantau, I didn't make it. The only 100 kilometers that I finished was the HK 100, and I finished that in 28 hours. 28 hours and some minutes. I was basically among 1,100 plus participants. I was among the 1,100 finisher. So there you go, that you can see my so-called standard or lack thereof. The elites would complete a 100 kilometers race in about 12 hours. And my friends would come in at about 18 to 24. I mean, the worst timings of my friends is like 24. But they can normally do it like 18, 20 hours. So I did mine in 28 hours. Actually, I remember I actually took a nap on that morning. So once we finish up, we started in the daytime, and we finished. Well, we not finished. I mean, started in the daytime the previous day, and the next day in the morning I was so exhausted that I remembered I took a nap at one of the pavilions at almost the 90 kilometer mark. Yeah, but in the end I finished. So and I kissed the medal when I got to the finish line, and I got a couple of friends who had the Qingdao beer ready for me to celebrate. So that was pretty nice, you know. So always remember the good stuff, right? Have memories. I'm not too sure how many of you guys actually have fond memories of your past that you can remember. I think of myself as being able to remember like back when I was really young. I remember when I was in primary school, some things that happened. Secondary school, in the polytechnic. So there's lots to talk about, right? If I could sit down and talk to you guys about my recount of my life, then we could go on for hours and even days. Yeah, but I enjoy doing that because I like to, think of myself as vlogging. I'm recording of my life, so in the future I could play it back and listen to myself. I mean, people who visit the channel can listen to what I have to say and maybe to consider as a form of sharing. So yeah, I think that's good. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think about your own personal experience, your memories, right? Not just hiking, right? Not just hiking. Anything else. I mean, but I guess the reason why hiking is something that most people actually do is because apart from just being in the city, you want to unwind, right? So when you unwind, you want to get in touch with nature, right? So nature, that's when I remember to make this left turn. Yeah. So many of us who actually travel on vacations, we go to, of course some of us go to cities, but I guess you don't really enjoy as much in the city, isn't it? I mean, yeah, you do. You go to a different city, like maybe go to Japan, Tokyo, that you experience the difference of the city compared to Singapore. You go to maybe New York, you experience a different city. Yeah, but that's city life. So But what we need to do is also to experience all these, wonderful natural world and nature and country parks, and just see the world for what beauty it is prior to all these buildings that we built. So we're already into 22 minutes of recording. I might actually cut off some parts, so when I say 22, it might not look like 22 at this point in time. So just let you know, you have not missed anything if you didn't see 22. So yeah, so I actually came up today to do this sunset time-lapse recording. I've been wanting to do it for some time, but every time when I was free, it was the weekend, and I have known from a previous experience never to come here on the weekend. It's going to be packed with people to the point that you have actually jams on the trail. So never again will I come on a weekend, and I chose today, just prior to the weekend, right, Friday, to come over here and finish up one of the checklists on my things to do. So I thought it'd be kind of nice for you guys to see, the Shenzhen sunset in a time-lapse fashion, done by me. I think it's quite an achievement for me to hold the camera up for about an hour, alternating between two arms. And right now I'm actually famished. I did not have a meal today except for just an apple. So I woke up pretty late because I was up late last night, and I woke up and I was doing my stuff, and I think I didn't even have a cup of coffee. So I had an apple before coming out to this hike, and right now I'm kind of ready for anything. I'm ready for a burger. So I'm actually thinking of doing a live stream when I'm at the burger place. Of course, I'm not trying to show off that I'm having a nice burger, but I'm sharing that I'm having a burger. You know what I mean? Not show off, but sharing, that sort of thing. So I hope you guys can appreciate that. I mean, this whole thing of making videos and sharing online and having people watch it, and even if you're watching it when I'm not online, you're watching it by yourself, this video, wherever you may be, it will always feel as if you are with me here and now when you're watching this video. Maybe days from today, weeks, months, or even years. That's the beauty of cinematography, if that's the term. Filmatography, meaning capturing things on film, capturing things, right, as a video. What's the term for that? Let me know in the comment section if I screwed up with the terminology. So yeah, how is this is a video of just a guy going down 400 meters altitude elevation of steps, and along the way talking his way to ensure that the video has enough audio to sustain its viewability, right? So let me know, guys, what do you think about this kind of videos? I am really perspiring a storm right now. I will, when I get to the ground, I'm just going to turn the camera to me, and you guys can see exactly the state I'm in, right? That's going to be the big reveal. Or you can obviously move that button, the little thing, to the end of the video to see. But of course, if you are continuing the journey with me here, I really appreciate it. Again, guys, if you like what I'm doing, give me a thumbs up and like the video. And as usual, if it's not too much trouble, it's free, subscribe to my channel, right? Hit the bell to be kept up to date with new videos that I put out. And I intend to really grow this channel with your support. bring about more content, whether it may be things like this, just going down steps and talking to you while I do, sharing my experience with a trip in a properly documented video with cuts and music, background music and stuff like that. Or, live streams that I do. And of course, my straight talk segment, which I came up with a thing like maybe 3 weeks ago. I just thought, hey, let me contact some YouTubers or some people who are online on Twitter or whatever, right? And then see if they're interested to chat with me for 30 to 40 minutes. And we can chat about anything, right? And it's a chat that you guys can view, and you guys can also join in to listen the chat and maybe learn a thing or two, right? If you learn something, that'd be great. If you don't, no worries. If you object to it, you can comment on it. Isn't it? So isn't it nice? So I have my, as I am doing this video recording now, I've already gotten my first female guest on the Straight Talk. And she's of course Catherine Olsen. She has her own YouTube channel, Catherine's Journey to the East. She is an American, 26 years old, in Nanjing, studying her environmental engineering master's degree or a course, right? So we wish her all the best, and who knows if there's a chance for us to get on that Xinjiang trip together, a bike ride. That'd be fantastic. That'll be another nice adventure to look forward to. So 28 minutes in. The last time I came down, I took 45 minutes. So if the same timing is to be adhered to, we have about another 15 minutes to go before we actually see the ground. So I have to keep talking for 15 minutes. And since this is not a live stream, I can't really see your comments and expand on comments to elaborate on the conversation. So like I said, even as I'm going down the steps, I'm really perspiring up a storm. This section is pretty long, as you can see. So I have to concentrate on my steps. I've actually fallen down before, right? There was one time I fell down and I cut my knee. Because the edge of these steps, the ones in Hong Kong, sometimes they are formed by rocks and it's kind of sharp. So the one time I slipped during a wet hike. I guess it rained the day before and we went for a hike, and it was slippery and I slipped and fell and I busted my knee right wide open. I think I had about like 4 stitches. 4 or 5, not sure. Alright, we are almost at where we can see the drinks vending machine. I can see it, I'm not too sure about you. There you go. Right, so once we're here, we are almost there. We're almost home free. Just a little bit more. So yeah, I gotta be careful because I fell down more than a few times. There we go. So what's happening to the... Alright. I hope the gimbal might not be giving us a straight enough, horizontal enough footage. Seems like the gimbal is a little bit swayed to the clockwise direction. So yeah, let's just hope that it's still good enough for the video. So like I was saying, I fell down a few times. Thankfully nothing serious, nothing too serious. I haven't had the bad luck of spraining my ankle. Although again, like I said, I could have sprained my ankle on more than a few occasions during these kinds of hikes and trail running. So thankful for that. I've never yet been in a cast in my ankle, but I had been in a cast on my right arm, because what happened was I stupidly rode my bicycle back in Singapore, and this is along the stretch in front of Novena Church. So a car suddenly braked in front of me, and my reaction was to jam my own front wheel brake for some reason, and myself toppled over. Right, the bike basically, you jam the front brake, it just goes forward with momentum. I fell on my right arm, and the impact caused a hairline fracture in the right elbow. So that was my experience with a fracture. And I'm also thankful that I was able to recover and continue doing all these pull-ups. Otherwise, so yeah, it's actually very important that we are grateful for good health. That is something that money can't buy. Say what you want, Tony Stark, his dad, said that no amount of money ever bought a second of time. That's true, right? Time is precious, and your health is precious. Money is important, but it's not, I'm just preaching to the choir, right? It's important, but it is not the definitive. You can see that there's many, again, going back to the Chinese explanation for it, there is a picture of a wealthy man. He's a little bit plump, a little bit missing his hair. He has a big car in front of him in the drawing. He has a big house behind him in the drawing, and maybe some dollar signs. And his face is looking sad. He's not contented. He's full of worries. And on the other side, you got a little boy in slippers. He has just a shirt on, shorts, and he has a bowl of rice, and he's having it, and he's smiling from year to year. So yeah, although we're not saying that the people who are poor are happy, it just means being content. And look at the amount of people in this world who are not privileged like us. Just imagine if we were born there, right? There's every possibility, isn't it? The videos I saw of the poorest regions in China, not to even mention about what we have in other countries like India, Bangladesh. So, but the people, when you see them, when you see the kids getting the new shoes, wow, just a new pair of shoes. There obviously is some donation involved, so some kind-hearted organization or individual, donated shoes and new clothes for the children. You can see them. You can see them smiling from year to year. They're so happy. And after that, after the filming crew left the little village, they got to carry on their lives, right? It doesn't mean that once we're done, then they go back to being miserable, or we don't know, right? Hopefully they have the opportunity to maybe go out of their villages to experience other cities, right? And decide for themselves if they want to stay in these cities or carry on living in an environment that they're familiar with, that they feel safe. Isn't it? And isn't this what we see from all the movies? Sometimes they have a message, and sometimes there's a message where you just want to be in your own element, right? So yeah, we're almost there. This is definitely the final stretch. I can see the ground, right? We are almost there. So thank you all so much for being with me on this journey, listening to me as I make my way down Xiao Wu Dong Shan, right? Just seeing steps. I really hope that it was entertaining enough. I've never tried it before. Have you guys actually seen another video that is something similar, where the guy is just doing a very constant and, what's the word I'm looking for? It's constant, and it's like watching paint dry. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm definitely Yeah, you can actually see the ground. You can see people's houses right there. And they are still doing construction work below. So I'm going to set you down. And I'm just going to say goodbye, right? So, all right. There we go. All right. Okay, guys. This is the state I'm in. I'm totally drenched. You can see the amount of perspiration, right? Thank you very much for joining me on this video. I really appreciate it. Again, click subscribe, like the video, and if you wish to support me, you can do so via WeChat. I'll put the QR code on the screen. You can scan it. You can buy me a coffee, or you can do that PayPal contribution. Everything will go back into this channel to make it even better. From me, I'm gonna go grab some dinner. Take care. Love you guys. Take care, and I'll see you guys.